back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Fuck me. What a fucking nightmare this has turned into. It was inevitable. I knew something was going to happen. I could fucking feel it. Just the same way I pick up all vibrations. I knew something fucked was going to happen, and something fucked has happened. So the flight pretty much goes as planned. Go from Sydney to Perth, refuel in Perth, then Perth to Bataan or some shit like that. I wasn't paying attention. Refuel in Bataan. That took longer than it was meant to. That took about 2 hours there and is meant to be half an hour. But who cares about that? That's irrelevant now. So we take off from Bataan or whatever the fuck it is, somewhere in Indonesia. Batam, I don't know. So this is the final leg to Bangalore. That's going to be it. The flight's been cramped as fuck. The food on it, shit. There was no bassinets, so the baby's just on our fucking lap, just wriggling around. No one's getting any sleep. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we're on the final leg. And on that screen in front of me, it says 2.5 hours to Bangalore. And I'm like, fuck, we're really going to be in Bangalore. So I close my eyes, go for a little snooze. The next time I open my eyes, I look at the screen and it says 3 hours to Medina. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? There must be a malfunction with that screen because I don't know where the fuck Medina is and we're heading to Bangalore. And in the screen, you know how it tracks the aeroplane? In this new Medina screen, the line goes out towards Bangalore, and then in the middle of the ocean, as we're heading towards Bangalore, it just starts cutting donuts in the middle of the fucking ocean, just does some circle work, and then starts heading towards this place called Medina. So everyone on the plane starts catching on, like, what the fuck is going on? Why aren't we heading to Bangalore? And you ask the fucking air hostesses, and they're just brushing it aside. We don't know, we're waiting for the captain's announcement. And we asked like 3 or 4 different air hostesses, none of them knew what the fuck was happening. Then after about an hour and a half, the captain comes on to make a fucking announcement, and he goes, there's been some operational issues. We're landing in Medina for the safety of all passengers. And then nothing after that. So everyone's going fucking nuts. Indians can really whip up a storm with shit like this. This is their bread and butter, complaining to air hostesses. So everyone's freaking out. What the fuck is going on? So we asked the air hostesses, and the next thing the air hostesses say to us is we're landing in Medina because we didn't have permission to fly somewhere, and now we need to go back and refuel so we can head back to Bangalore. So we'll just be stopping in Medina for half an hour just for some refueling. So that sounds all right. So in the middle of all this, the Indians have managed to clog up the only 2 toilets on the aeroplane as well. Completely clogged them up, out of order. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They must have been throwing their face masks down there because no one's wearing fucking face masks either. So that's just another side problem. Anyway, we land in Medina, which by the way is in Indonesia somewhere. So we're sitting at Medina Airport on the plane. Everyone wants to take a shit. I mean, there's some loose curry shits needing to come out and there's no toilets to fucking drop them in. So we're sitting there and everyone's starting to panic. We still have no news on what the fuck's going on. We think it's still a refueling. And then they're like, hey, everyone needs to get off the plane. And we're like, what? Is this just so people can take a shit? That's very kind of you. That's what we all thought it was, so people could take a shit. Turns out it isn't for that. So we're in Medina International Terminal and there's fucking nothing here. Absolutely nothing because there's no flights. It's empty. It's an empty fucking airport. They've turned the Wi-Fi off, so you can't even fucking hook up to the internet. Anyway, let me get down to the main point of this fucking podcast. So we find out why we're getting off the plane is because the flight didn't have permission to fly over Myanmar, Burma, which has just recently come under military rule. There was a military coup there. So we had no permission to fly over Myanmar. It must have been their international waters or something like that. It must have been over international waters or something because we don't actually fly over Myanmar. I don't know what the fuck it is. But that's why we were cutting the circle work in the middle of the ocean, just going round and round in the middle of the ocean, because they had no permission to fly over a militarized zone or some shit. And they were waiting for permission and they never got permission. So they've come to Medina to wait it out. And it looks like the permission is not coming. Myanmar, those Burmese fucks, are not giving us permission. So we're sitting here. There's one white guy, which is me, and about 90 Indians just sitting around waiting. No one knows how long this is going to take. You can't get an answer from anyone. And we just saw the entire flight crew. I'm talking the air hostesses, the cleaning cunts, the pilot, the co-pilot, everyone walk off with their bags and disappear. So now there's just an empty plane sitting there, and we're just in a terminal with no access to anything and nowhere to go. So I don't know what the fuck is going to happen from here. This is already a 10-hour fuck around, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight. I feel like this is going to be a 24 to 48 hour stay in the terminal. I don't even know what fucking day it is. I don't know what time it is back in Australia. And I can't Google anything to figure it out either. But you know what? The pod must go on. I can't upload it because there's no fucking Wi-Fi. But as soon as I reach Bangalore, if I ever reach Bangalore, I will upload it immediately along with every other fucking podcast I do while I'm stranded like fucking Tom Hanks. Anyway, that will fucking do for now. I will probably be doing another podcast from inside this terminal tomorrow. So, yeah, fuck. I fucking knew some shit like this was gonna go down. I could feel it in my fucking bones. Anyway, that's it for today or tonight. It's today here. I don't know where it's tonight, but that's it. And I'll see ya the fuck later.